make sure the chat's on so I can see if anybody's got any questions. But I'm Lisa Tennant. I own a VA agency which we pivoted into a business management consultancy, and we've done really, really well, six figures. And I love to help now other business owners, other virtual assistants to scale their businesses, either through coaching or through the CRM system that I offer, or just through the free VA Vault membership that we've got. Any information you want, morethanava.org, go take a look. But today I want to talk to you about how spreadsheets are dead and how you can really harness that to becoming valuable to your clients. And the reason is AI. Okay, so if I talk about spreadsheets, I cannot remember the last time that I used one. So, like most business owners, I do use spreadsheets for lots of things, except for CRM management because I have the CRM for that. But I'd use it for things like collecting demographic data. So, where were leads coming from? How long were they with us before they churned? What's the average package that people purchase? And I would use spreadsheet for that. I would use spreadsheets to track the ads that were running and all of that kind of thing. And it was really getting on my nerves. And I just thought, I'm so sick of having something over here for this, something over there for that. Then it has to be manually updated. And I've been building AI systems for a few months now. And I thought, what if I just built a centralized hub for all of this? So I've built two centralized hubs. One's for my business management company, one is for the More Than a VA community, where all of those spreadsheets have been turned into systems. So instead, for example, I'll give you an example. One of the things that we were doing on a spreadsheet was to manage the business, we look at the churn rate. So we look at red flags for our team. So we look to see, our clients not utilizing all their time. If they're not utilizing all their time, why not? And are we checking in and what's happening? Because those clients are at more risk of leaving. We would check on whether people were regularly updating their hours, were having more hours or running out of time, and that's an upsell opportunity. But it all had to be manually checked, and I'd have to have a once a month meeting to sit with our account manager to say, have you done the work? And I'm paying her to do all of this. So I thought, well, actually, I've just built out this directors hub. We've also got a traffic light team tracker system and a time portal, where all of our team track their time. And tomorrow, all of our clients are getting their logins to it, and they're going to be able to manage tasks, assign tasks, leave feedback, everything. And I'm all about making the business more and more scalable and making the processes more efficient. So what I did was I thought, well, I could build this in. So we already built into it, and this was part of it, was tell me, based on clients' reset dates, if they haven't used more than half their time halfway through their reset date, then that needs to be flagged. And we do it at something like 50% or 30%. So then the system can auto calculate and show me in a lovely visual people that are at risk, people that need attention, and people that are on track. No one has to check that. You can just look at it and it's there. And that was in a spreadsheet. And then we devised a triage where, against those clients, if they are showing that this needs attention, they first of all get us trying to reach out to have a call with them to have a chat about what else can we do to support. That's a checkbox. If that doesn't work, they are not responsive, they're not coming back to us. The second option is that we email them a templated email with all of the different things that your associate can do for you. That's a checkbox. We've done it. If that still doesn't work, then we then get the VA to copy us in on all attempts to speak to the client, because clients often turn around and blame you. And that's a check. What the system then does is calculate, based on those checkoffs, the high churn risk potential. So it's doing all the maths for me and it's showing me, it's pulling out that data. And then the same with the clients that are regularly losing time because they've run out before their month end, or they're adding more time on. It's saying, here's a list of the people that you could be upselling to. Now, that has not only reduced the amount of hours I was having to pay someone to do that work for me, but it's also in a visual that's just easy, really quick. It's massively replaced that spreadsheet. And the same, I had a finance projection tracker for what I wanted to achieve over the next 5 years, but it was so clunky and manual. And that's been built into my director's hub, where I can now see the sales projections. I can just, one of the things I still manually do is, if we get a call, I want to know where it's come from. I just change the number in January, February, March. Oh, I've got another lead, but it's come from a referral, and it's automatically showing me in a really nice way where those referrals have come from. And I know at the moment the top referral source is networking. And so all of these things were spreadsheets and have now been replaced using AI, so coding systems. And you can do this. You can do this quite easily. I only use Claude Code. And when people say, oh, Claude Code, I don't actually, what I actually use is Claude, and I just tell it what I want. It already knows I've developed a project that's taught it about my business, my branding, my colours, my fonts, everything. So it becomes really easy then to create the software that I want it to create. So we use Firebase, GitHub, and Versal. And there are some technical challenges sometimes you have to overcome. So it is good if you've got a technical mind, but you can literally have a go at doing this yourself. And then we're doing so well with it that we're now offering this as a service to clients, offering bespoke AI systems that we can even create a concept of, which just gives us a block of HTML code that we can give to the client and say, this is what we could potentially build for you. And it's interactive. So before you go into deep, builds for people, you could show them the potential of what you could do for them. So if you can start showing clients the potential of what you could build that replaces spreadsheets, which I think are going to be a thing of the past. I really do. That makes you invaluable, because if they look at that and say, wow, that's amazing to have all of those spreadsheets in one central hub. But I also have connected some of these to things like my CRM system, to my YouTube to pull out data, so you can then use API keys to integrate and start automating it all. If you can do that and you can show clients those benefits and they say, yeah, brilliant, build that for me, I want that, not only does it make you like a genius in their eyes and you've made their life easier, they don't want to run that. They don't want to keep, doing bug fixes and updates. They don't want no part of that. They're going to need you to keep on top of it and to keep adding to it and to keep building within it. And so it makes you an invaluable asset to them. And I think it's something all VAs should be getting on the bandwagon with, because spreadsheets are literally there. I do believe there's a place for them. Don't get me wrong. Um, but I think that on the whole, they're going to be dead, and you're going to need AI to build these systems out for you. You're not going to need it, but it's definitely replacing spreadsheets, and you can show how valuable you can be by utilizing this software in this way. So that's what I wanted to leave you with today. Um, if you're not sure what you're doing, then just spend time, a couple of days or an hour a day, going onto YouTube, learning how to use Claude, how to use Claude Pro. I am on the Pro plan. I pay £90 a month, but I've paid nothing for the systems that I've built. And if I give you an example, one of the systems, I had a web developer build me a bespoke time portal system. It's cost about 15 grand over the last 5 years. It's redundant. I can't use it anymore, right? I'm not going to go into the details why. So I sat there and I thought, oh, what am I going to do? I haven't got the funds to go and get someone else to rebuild it. So I built it myself, and it's better than this guy ever did, miles better. And these are the kind of things you can start practicing now in your own business, developing those skills. Just think about your processes. What are you doing that you could think, well, could I make that better with using, getting Claude to code it for me? I never would have known when I started using Claude Code about Firebase, GitHub, Versal. I wouldn't have known. So I had to tell it, I want this to be actually like held somewhere. It can't be a HTML code. It has to be a proper app or proper software. What do I need to do that? And it told me. So you do have to ask it the right questions, otherwise you're not going to know. So spreadsheets, yeah. If you can replace them for your clients, especially if they've got loads and they're all over the place, start having to go with your own first. Honestly, once you start, you will not be able to stop. It's so satisfying when you see all of those things coming together that you've built, and you've built a login to it, and it's amazing. And once you're confident, you can start offering that to people and become like an asset they can never let go of. You'll be like as valuable as the running water in their house. So I hope that helps. I'm here every single Thursday for 15 minutes, 12:45 to 1, to help you in your virtual assistant business. And you can also find me at morethanava.org and morethanava underscore at on Instagram. And also, we have a free Facebook group. I am More Than a VA. So come over and join us on there. And I'm Lisa Tennant on LinkedIn as well. I have two, my company and my VA community. So come find me and have a